Hello everyone, my name is Aruhi and welcome to my channel. So guys, in my today's video, we are going to build a goal-based agent using Python, LangChain and Streamlit. But before moving to the practical implementation, let's first understand what is goal-based agent. A goal-based system is an intelligent system that works step by step to achieve a specific goal. So basically it keeps track of all the information it needs. It will ask you follow questions and it will only stop once the goal is successfully completed. So let's see it with example. So let's say you want to book a doctor's appointment, and for this task we have an agent called medical appointment scheduler, and the goal of this agent is simple: book your appointment. And to achieve this goal, this agent will ask you your name. You will provide the name to the agent, and then it will ask you next question, follow-up question, and it might ask you for the preferred time, and then you'll provide the preferred time to it. Then it will check the doctor's availability for that time slot, and if the doctor is available, then it will book the appointment. And once the appointment is booked, the goal is achieved and the agent stops. So today we are going to build a job application assistant. So this agent will help the users to complete their job applications. So the goal of this agent is to collect three important details from the user. So first detail is full name of the user, email address and skill. So these are the three details agent will collect from the user, and this is the goal of the user. And once the agent has all three, it will respond with a message saying thank you, we noted your details, or something like that. Now let's see how goal-based agent reply, how they work. So see, if we compare goal-based agent with a normal chatbot, so let's say to a normal chatbot you say, hi, I am looking for a job. Then the normal chatbot would reply like something like okay, fine, or that's nice, something like that, right? But the goal-based agent will respond with a purpose. Goal-based agent will reply something like great, to help you better or to help you apply for a job, can you please provide me your full name and skills? Here you can compare the replies and see that the goal-based agent gave you a reply which moves toward the goal, which is to apply for a job, right? And goal-based agent also check what information is still missing, right? So suppose you said my name is Arohi, right? So the goal-based agent will say, okay, thanks Arohi. Now I just need your email address and skills. What is the use case we are trying to implement today? That agent will ask for name, email and skills, and I have only provided name over here, right? So when I provided my name, so agent said thanks Arohi, you just need to provide email address and skills, means it is checking what information is missing to achieve the goal. So it will ask you again to provide those information. So in our case over here, this our bot can say, or this goal-based agent can say, I have your name, now provide me your email ID and skill, right? So it is checking the missing information, and when everything is collected, then the agent will automatically stop. So here the agent's focus is on reaching the goal, not just responding randomly. So this is how goal-based agent work. Now let's see the practical implementation. But guys, before moving to the practical implementation, before showing you the code, let me show you the demo of the application which we are going to build today, so that you will get an idea what kind of application we are going to build. This is a goal-based agent job application assistant, and it will ask the user to fill name, email ID and skills. So let's say I filled this detail. My name is Arohi and skills are Python and Java. I'm not writing email ID. So let's see how this agent responds to it. Still need email, means we have provided skills and name, but email ID is not provided. So our application is not submitted. It is asking me to fill the email. Now this time let's write all the three things. My name is Arohi, email is this and skills are this. Okay, so let's hit enter. See, you are ready. Name Arohi, email ID is this, skill is this, all information collected, you are ready to apply, right? And we can download the application summary from here. If you'll click here, you can see that in downloads you will see this application summary. So this is what goal-based agent does. Here the goal is achieved, all these three things we got from the user, then it submitted the application. Earlier it was not submitting the application because email was missing, and then I added one more thing in it, drop our CV over here, and then from this CV it can fetch the name of the user and email ID and the skills. So let's rerun it. So now I'll drop the CV over here. So this is how I dragged and dropped. So see, I have a PDF file, so I uploaded that file. See, from that file it fetched the name of user, email ID and skills of the user, right? And here I will just write hi now, and it will pick all the details from here. See, how may I assist today, and then it fetched the details from here, from this side. See, skills, these are the skills, email ID and the name, and it submitted the application. So this kind of application we are going to build today. Now let's start. So guys, now let's see what all modules we need to install in order to run this code. So first I'm showing you the Python version I'm using. So this is the Python version, and then you need to install all these packages: LangChain, LangChain OpenAI. Why we are installing this LangChain OpenAI? Because the LLM which we are going to use today is OpenAI's LLM, GPT LLM, but I'll also show you how to use other LLMs also, right? Like how to use Llama or how to use LLMs from Google. I'll show you that part as well. And then we are importing this module because this will help us to load the environment variables. I'll show you how and where we are using it. We are installing Streamlit package because the front end, the UI which we are going to use today is from Streamlit, and then we need this module because this module is needed to read the text from the PDF file. So remember, I have shown you how to upload your CV which is in PDF format, and then to extract information from that PDF file. So for that we need this module. So you'll hit enter. In my case, I have already installed all these packages, so I'm not rerunning this command. So this command I have mentioned in the description section. You can get this command from there, and you just need to run this one line and all the modules will be installed. Once all the modules are installed, now let's enter in the folder where our code is. So I have created a folder with the name of demo. Inside that folder I have this code, so I'm entering in that folder. Okay, this folder, and here I have that file. Okay, so guys, this is the demo folder, and in this demo folder once we have this .env file. In this .env file I have written the OpenAI API key. Okay, and then this is by CV which is in PDF format, and this is the code. Okay, let me open it. So first we are importing all the required modules. This first module is needed because we want to use the LLM from OpenAI. So to use the LLM from OpenAI in LangChain, you need this module. Then this second line, here we are importing all those things which are needed to create, initialize and use the agents. And guys, if you don't know what LangChain is, what are agent, what are tools, then I have this playlist on generative AI. In this playlist I have explained all these things in details with various examples. You can check there. Okay, and then we have this module over here. This simply means we need to store the conversation of the user and the bot in a memory. So for that we are using this conversation buffer memory. And this module we used because we want to load the OpenAI's API key. See guys, there are two types of LLM. One are paid LLM and one are free LLMs. The paid LLMs are those to use them you need API key, right? So to load that API key we are using this load_.env module. And what this will do, what this line will do, it will see the .env file in a current folder, and whatever API keys we have written in that .env file, all those API keys will be loaded in this page. Okay, so in our case it is just the OpenAI's API key. So that is what we are doing, and these are two other modules. And this is how you load the LLM. So what we are doing from this chat OpenAI, we want to import this, we want to load this LLM. Which LLM? GPT 3.5. So guys, this in my case, I'm loading this LLM, and to access this LLM you need a paid service, then only you'll get the OpenAI API key. So let me show you few more examples, and you can use those LLMs, and to use those LLMs you don't need any paid service. So first you can try this. See, you can comment this part, and what you can do, you can import Ollama LLM from LangChain Ollama. And here, see, in LLM variable, earlier we were loading the LLM from OpenAI. Now we are loading the LLM from Ollama. Which LLM we are loading? Llama 3.2, right? Guys, to run this LLM, you don't need any API key. You just need to install the Ollama first on your PCs. So let me show you. You will write ollama.com, and here just click on this download, and here select the operating system on which you're working. In my case it's Windows. Then click on download, and you will get a executable file, then install it. This is a step you needed to run this LLM. So in my case I'm not using it, so I'm just commenting it. And let's say you want to use the LLM from Google, so you can follow this for that. So this is what you need. See, if you want to use, here I'm using Gemini Pro, and if you want to use the LLM from Google, then you need to import the Google Generative AI from LangChain Google Gen AI. And here you need the API key, but this API key is free, and you can get this API key through this link. Just open your Gmail and then visit this link, and it will show you the steps how you can create the API key. Then you will open this .env file, and inside this .env file you will paste your API key. Okay, so this is how you can use LLM from Google. In this case, if you want to use this, right, so in this case you need to install the module, this module. You cannot directly import it like this. You first need to install it. In the same way, if you want to use Ollama with LangChain, then you first need to install this module. And how do you know what modules to install? For that you can visit. So guys, here you can see Google AI. So I've searched this, use Google model with LangChain. Then I opened this first link, and then it redirected me here, and here you can see this is the module you need to install. What? You need to install this LangChain Google Gen AI, then you can import it and use it. In the same way, if you want to use Ollama model, then search for this and then open the first link, and then you will install this module, right? Pip install this LangChain Ollama, and then you can use the LLM like this. So guys, I have shown you how to use different LLMs, but in today's video I'm going to use this GPT LLM. Now we have our LLM. Next task is what we are making today. We are making a job application assistant, and the task of this job application assistant is to get the name, email ID and skills of the user. So let's create a dictionary which will store all these information, and for that I have this. So this is my dictionary. The name of the dictionary is this. This is the key, and here we will store the name of the user, and here we will store the email of the user, and here we will store the skills of the user. So this is the dictionary name which will store the name, email and skills of the user. Now guys, we need a function which will extract the name, email ID and skill of the user whenever user type message in the chat box, right? So let's create that function. So this is the function, extract application info, and input to this function will be the text which user typed, and then we are trying to extract the name, email and skills, and using this, okay, and name will be stored in this, email will be stored in this, and skills will be stored in this. And then we have one blank list, this responses list, In this list we will store the responses. I'll show you in a minute what kind of responses we are going to save over here. Okay, so if name match means if name is present in the message which user typed, how we are getting the name of user, how we are trying to search the name of the user. So for that we are searching for this phrase, my name is or I am. After that whatever user is writing is generally the name of the user, right? So this is how we are searching the name. So if name match means if name is there, then this application info dictionary, remember this dictionary which will store the user's detail, name, email and skills. So in application info dictionary we have a key with the name of name. Here we will store the name of the user. And if email match means if email is there in the user's message, and how we are searching the email, how we will find out if the user's message have email or not. So for that we are using this. See, there will be a word and then @ symbol, then there will be another word, then dot and then another word. Okay, so this is how we are searching the email. So if email is present, then we are again updating the dictionary, this application info dictionary, and which key we are updating? We are updating the email key with this value, the value which user filled. And in the same way we will do for skills. If skills match means if user have filled the skill. And how we are searching the skills? For that we are searching for this phrase, skills are I know, I can use. These kind of lines if your user is using, and after that whatever is written will be considered as skills. Okay, so if user filled the skills, then we are updating this application info dictionary, and in that dictionary we have a skills key. There we are updating this information. See, if email match, this is how we are updating the dictionary. And if email is found and this email is entered in that dictionary, after that we are updating this response list. Remember, this is a blank list right now, and after checking each detail, if name is there, then we are saving this message, name saved, in the response. In the same way, if email is there, then we are appending this list with email saved. And in the same way, if skills match means if skill is provided, then we are updating the response list with the skills saved message. And if not any means if any of these details is missing, then our bot will show this message. And if everything is provided by the user, then bot will give you this kind of message. Okay, whatever is there in response, what will be there in response if everything is there? Name saved, email saved and skill saved. So these three messages will be there in the response if everything is provided by the user, and then bot will also write, let me check what else I need. And if any of these details are missing, then the bot will show I couldn't extract any info. Okay, so this is the extract application info function. This will extract the important information from the user's message. Now we need another function. That function will check whether all the details are filled or not. So let's create that function. So this is the function, check application goal. If all application info dot values, application info is a dictionary where we are saving all the details of the user. Dot values means this is a application info dictionary, and whatever user will provide, those things will be stored over here. So this is a key and this is a value over here. So if all these values are filled, then this function will return you are ready, and it will show you your name, application details and everything. Okay, and if any of the detail is missing from the three things, name, email and skills, if anything is missing, it will write the name of that key from the dictionary. Now we have two functions. First function will extract the information from the user, and the second function will check if all the details are provided, if all the detail is there or not. Now these two functions will be used as tools. So guys, in LangChain we use tools with agents, right? So tools are functions only, and to use these functions as a tool in LangChain, we need to wrap them in a tool. So let me show you how to do that. So this is how you do that. See, I have created a list with the name of tool, and here I'm calling this tool. What this tool is, scroll up and see. See here, tool, right? So tool, name of the tool is this. Function, here you will write the Python function name where you have the related code. So we have this function, extract application function, right? So that function name, Python function name, you will write here. Description, use this to extract name, emails and skills from the user's message, right? So this is the first tool now, and this is the second tool. Again, in the same way, you will provide the name, and here you will write the Python function for that tool, and then you will provide the description and return direct. So guys, now we have two Python functions. We are using those two Python functions as tools, and these are called custom tools. Why these are called custom tools? Because we have created these functions ourselves for our use case. And otherwise, see, there are two type of tools. One are which are readily available and you can directly import them and use them. For example, for web search, you can use import DuckDuck Search Go tool and you can use it. For web scraping, you can import that tool and you can use it. In our case, for this task, we needed a specific function. So we created the Python function for that, and then we used it as a tool. Now let's write the code for agent, and to that agent we will pass these tools, and we will also pass the LLM which we have defined above. So this is how you define agent. Initialize agent. This again we have imported over here. See, right? From LangChain agents we are importing this initialize agent. So this is how you create agents in LangChain. Initialize agent. Then you will provide the list of tools. So we have this tools list where we have mentioned our two custom functions, right? So we are providing those tools. We are providing the LLM to it. Memory. So which memory we are talking here? See here, memory. So conversation buffer. This simply means whatever conversation is going between user and the bot, that will be stored in memory. Okay. So we have provided the memory also. The agent type is this. Verbose true means everything, whatever process is going on, we want to see it on screen. And then we are providing it a prompt, system prompt. Okay, we haven't mentioned the prompt here, so let's do that. So this is my system prompt. What I'm saying is, you are a helpful job application assistant. Your goal is to collect the username, email and skill. Use the tool provided to extract this information and check whether all required data is collected, right? So guys, this LLM over here will pick the tool on the basis of the description of each tool. See, for both the tools we have mentioned the description. This description is very important because on the basis of this description only LLM tells which tool to use. So now let's write the code which will accept the user's message and then it will use the agent on it. So this is the code for that. First I'm just printing this. Hi, I'm job application assistant. Please tell me your name, email and skills. And then using this line, we are accepting the input from the user. If user typed exit or quit, the loop will be stopped here only. But if user typed some other message, then we are providing that user input to agent, and agent is generating the response, and then we are printing that response. Now, when this user input will go to the agent, what will happen? What will happen? This LLM will see, understand whatever user have typed, and then LLM will see these tools. From the description of each tool, LLM will know which tool to use. Then agent will use that tool, and then agent will use first this tool to extract the username, email and skill, and then this function will be used to check if all the details are filled, and then it will show the response on the screen. If this response have "you are ready" in it, see, just go above and see this check application goal. Here we have mentioned that if everything is provided, then it should return "you are ready," and then it will show you the application info, everything, your name, email and skills, right? So "you are ready" is mentioned over here if everything is provided by the user. So that's what we are writing. If "you are ready" in the response which bot provided, then it will show the output "application info is completed," and then we are breaking the loop. So guys, here right now I'm just making you understand the basic concept. We will turn this app into a Streamlit app in some time. First, let's run this on command prompt and see if this logic is working properly or not. Then we will convert it into Streamlit. Okay, so let's run this app. So how we run the app? First, enter in the folder where your code is, right? See here, it is in demo folder and this is my file name. So here I'll write Python. This is the file name and enter. See, "Hi, I am your job application assistant. Please tell me your name, email and skills." So let's say I've written my name is Arohi and skills are this. I'm not mentioning email right now. So let's see how this react. See, bot is replying, "Still need email. Please ask the user to provide this." So this time let's provide everything. My name is Arohi, email is this and skills are this. See, bot replied, "You are ready, name, email and skill, application info complete," right? So here the goal is to get the name of the user, email and skill. When it received all these details, then only it completed the application, and earlier when email was missing, it didn't completed the application. It asked the user to provide that detail also. So this is how goal-based agent works. Now let's see how to make a Streamlit app. So we have the basic code, right? Now we just need to add few more lines in it to make it a Streamlit app. So here I'm pasting that code. This is the modified code. Okay, so this is the basic code which I have explained you. This is the modified code. I'll show you that now. And this is the CV. Okay, so this is the code. See, first we are importing Streamlit. This part I have already told you, we are using OpenAI LLM, so that's why we are using it. So we are using agent. This is for memory. This is to load the environment variable. And in this code, we are importing this. Why? Because we want to read the PDF file, right? So for that, you need this. Here, the LLM we are importing, the LLM we are loading. This is the memory to store the conversation. And this is the application info dictionary, which is right now empty. We will fill the values in it using this extract application info function. This we are getting the name, email and skills one by one. And then these are the two new functions, guys. See, the first function is responsible to upload the PDF file and to extract content from that. And here this function will try to extract the name, email and skills from that uploaded CV. Okay, and then this function we already understood. This will check if all the information is provided by the user or not, right? Then we have the tools. So these are the two tools we have. Then we are initializing the agent. So this is the Streamlit UI. So this is just a basic design, the heading and the title and everything. The important thing is here, upload, resume. So on the sidebar, if you remember, let me first run this code. Guys, let's first run this code so that we can see side by side what code is there for the which particular functionality. So this time we are running v3.py file. So this is the updated file, right? So this will, okay, so this is, sorry, this is a Streamlit app. So you will write Streamlit run and then the file name like this. All right. So this is the Streamlit app, and see this sidebar. On this sidebar, we have this upload resume and then this. So this we are getting through this sidebar. Okay. And this is to reset the chat. See, we have this reset chat button. So this will reset the chat. And then we are getting the user's input like this. So here we are getting the user input. So this text box you are getting because of this. Okay. And if user input, if user have provided the input, if user have typed the message over here, if user provided the input, then that user input we are sending to the chat history. Then we are calling the agent and we are providing the user input to agent. Agent is generating the response. Then the agent's response is also going in a chat history, right? And then here we are checking the goal status. Goal status means whether all the information is provided by the user or something is missing. So if you are ready is there, okay, then it will show you the name, email and skills of the user like this. Means if everything is provided here, we provided name, email and skills. Let's send it. See, all information collected, you are ready, name, email and this. So this is what we are saying over here. See, okay, and this is just we are providing the avatars to user and the bot and the status. See, user, avatar for user, bot, and this is for status. Okay, and then we have this. If goal is completed, then this message will be displayed. See, all information collected, you are ready to apply. All information collected, right? Then there is a download button, and this is how you can get the download button. This button, see, download application summary button we are getting with the help of this. So guys, this is how you can create your own goal-based agent, and instead of typing message over here, you can upload PDF file over here. Our agent will extract the data from that PDF file and then it will use those values as input also. So we can see that as well. Let me show you. So this is our file, right? Let me open the application here. So this, let's just drag it, drop it over here, and resume is uploaded. See, it extracted my name, email ID and skills. And now if I'll write hi over here, and I'm just not providing any email ID or anything. So see, you are ready, name, email and skills. See, whatever skills I've mentioned here, it mentioned over here. So this is how you can create your goal-based agent. So the link of this code is given in description section. And guys, I hope this video is helpful. And if you like my content, please like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you for watching.